This was formerly the busiest airport on the planet. O'Hare International Airport in Chicago held the distinction for 3 decades and was one of the early GSH's great American infrastructure achievements. However, in recent years, there has been some volatility along these lines. International visitors were crowded for hours today at Chicago airports, and many had to spend the night at O'Hare after missing their flights. In a typical year, it still attracts over 80 million passengers. Most of these people probably don't consider this to be their preferred airport. Common concerns include delays, traffic, and a lack of amenities. Since the late 1990s, the locations have started to feel a little worn out, but all of that is about to change. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to get the latest updates. As O'Hare begins a multi-million-dollar renovation, a massive project that will breathe new life into this aviation landmark. Welcome to O'Hare International Airport in Chicago. O'Hare began commercial operations in the mid-1950s and has since grown to become one of America's most important transportation hubs. Built on the location where military planes were built during World War II, the city's international airport transitioned into a new function as the city's international airport and began to create new ground in aviation with the advent of peacetime. Concourses, jet bridges, and direct freeway access, all of which we now take for granted with airports, were all introduced for the first time here. Today, U.S. airports are ranked near the top of practically every criterion that can be used to rank them. Prior to COVID, O'Hare was said to have the most destinations of any airport. It was third in terms of the number of airlines, fourth in terms of traffic, and seventh in terms of overall size. You get the picture. It's enormous, busy, and essential. But O'Hare is also recognized for a few less appealing reasons. Terminals are frequently crowded, facilities are uninviting, and airlines struggle to maintain flights on schedule. These problems have existed for a long time, and the projected upgrade of this airport cannot come fast enough. Fortunately, one significant nightmare of a project that needed to be done has recently been completed, allowing the facility to run more effectively. The runway system at O'Hare has recently been completely reconstructed. There were once 6 intersecting runways, but now there are 8 running in parallel, requiring greater capacity for new strips to be built and old ones to be removed. 2 new air traffic control towers were also added, all while the airport continued to operate in the backdrop. It's one of the projects that took 16 years to build and cost $6 billion. With that out of the way, the focus now shifts to the project that will most likely have the greatest impact on passengers. When completed in 2028, the $8.5 billion O'Hare 21 project will include the construction of 2 additional satellite concourses, as well as the construction of an entirely new terminal and the renovation of another. The name comes from the notion that the airport will be better equipped to become an international hub that satisfies the needs of 21st century travelers. The new-look Terminal 2 is one of the main ways it aims to do this, and it is where the majority of the money will be spent. The $2.2 billion global terminals, which is more than twice the size of the present terminal, were meant to evoke the city of Chicago in numerous ways. Conceived by Studio, or a team led by local architect Studio Gang, the building's Y-shaped form was inspired by the Chicago River as it passes through the city, bringing terminal and concourse functions, as well as domestic and international arrivals, all under one roof. Obviously, the roof is one of the project's features. Steel trusses and pleated wood covering are used to create a pleated pattern. With a glass 6-pointed star called the oculus at its center, it will maximize natural light and energy efficiency. Below this, the 3 branches of the structure come together to form an area that appears to resemble a normal Chicago street, complete with live music and informal meetings among the trees and flora. All of this must now be accomplished while guaranteeing that O'Hare continues to function normally with minimal service interruptions. This is where the new satellite concourse comes into play. Flexible gates accommodate both wide and small-body planes. They're being erected ahead of the start of Terminal 2, and for good reason. As work on the main terminal sections being worked on or diverted to here advances, and because they're permanent, they'll provide a significant boost to overall capacity once everything is completed. While development on Terminal 2 will not begin until 2025, work on Terminal 1 is currently underway. Improvements to Terminal 5, which has received the most criticism, have already soared. This section of the airport will be modernized by adding over 30,000 square meters of additional space, including 10 new gates that will increase capacity by 25%, while also making existing gates larger to accommodate larger aircraft, such as Boeing's 787 Dreamliner. Airline lounges, for example, are undergoing renovations, and the luggage handling system, which has been in existence for 25 years, is finally being upgraded. Outside, there are improvements as well, such as the expansion of the neighboring streets and parking infrastructure. It's the first substantial renovation of the structures since they were debuted in 1993. There's a lot going on in general. To keep this project on track and its sanity, construction teams will have to manage massive volumes of digital data and ensure that the correct people have access to it at the right time. Its design acumen carries over 1 million things in an airport project, and that's a lot of information. Luca Sumral is the head consultant at Roma, an Istanbul-based firm that assists clients such as airport developers in implementing new digital technology. Today's airports are substantially larger, and they are constrained by time. As a result, it's critical that when individuals gather to work on data, they can follow what the other person is doing. On large-scale undertakings such as this, that's where software like Ignite can help. It allows teams to share and collaborate on files of various types and sizes in real time. A common data environment for projects is created by bringing all of this information out of its silos and into one location. It's like a single source of truth on which everyone can rely, no matter where they are or what gadget they're using. Even in low-bandwidth areas, anything from design revisions to drone pictures and 360-degree panoramas recorded across terminal sites can be sent instantaneously to one safe location. With Ignite, you can connect to some of the most popular software in the industry. Users who work with no extra information, such as RAM, are synced and protected from attacks, such as ransomware. We're searching for an environment infrastructure that's simple to set up, works offline, online, and on-premise, and is easy to manage so that we don't have to hire a lot of help. All of these criteria are met by Ignite. Technology will be key to O'Hare 22's success in avoiding the kinds of delays that have plagued other parts of the airport, such as the People Mover, which has been out of service for more than 2 years. As the government attempts to build the best infrastructure while keeping things flowing, the predictable problems attributed to the intricate work that's going to happen in Chicago are likely to be mirrored in towns and cities across America. HARE is still in its early stages for everyone, and the most important portion of the plan is about to begin. But if this mega project can maintain its flight path, Chicago should have a new airport to be proud of by the end of the decade. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to Engineering Progress channel if you like this video and want to see more videos from this channel.